Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the first time AFC champion Houston Texans taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you. Charles, what a turnaround they've had down in Houston. 4-12 just 2 seasons ago, 11-5 with a wild card loss last year, and now here they are in Super Bowl 54.
We know the city of Houston pretty well, right? Because it's hosted Super Bowls. What have they hosted? 3 so far in their history? The Oilers prior to. Now, of course, the Texans. Neither one of them has ever played in the big game. So that city's got to be out of its mind. I mean, think about how excited they are at the Texans representing in the Super Bowl. They've been good recently. Now they got over the top, have a chance to take home the Lombardi Trophy.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and they are back looking for number 2 just 24 short months later.
Didn't take long, did it? Made it back to the big game, and let's be honest, we're never going to forget that first Super Bowl title. That win over the New England Patriots, the big plays that came out of that, Nick Foles playing quarterback and flinging it all over the place. The Philly special has turned into a statue outside of their home stadium. The link is absolutely unforgettable. But now they have a chance to add to their Super Bowl collection. They want to hoist one more.
The first Super Bowl of a new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles coming out with a healthy Carson Wentz leading the way, and we underline the word healthy. Remember, it was Nick Foles who led the Eagles into the playoffs the last 2 years following the late season Wentz injuries. But now here's Wentz in his 3rd year, looking to make it 2 Super Bowl titles in 3 seasons for Philadelphia. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Hornet Hargraves with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. On first down, Watson. That's complete to Jake Butt. A gain of 6 there on first.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it converted defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a throw to the end end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
He's got Jake Butt as tight end. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is third and goal. Here's Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Striking first in any game is very important, but on this stage, the biggest of stages in the Super Bowl, that's huge.
You fully expect the other team to battle all the way through, but when you're the one setting the pace, jumping out in front, that has to feel great for the entire organization.
That time, a 6-play drive, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Wentz on the give to Sanders. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the first down. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. The reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. Into the red zone, Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dust.
Yeah, especially maybe when we look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes on running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing his Wentz. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 4 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Looking for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Watson down to throw. That's caught left side by Jake Butt. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Watson. This is caught. It's close. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35. I
don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Watson now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage is come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. That time a 9-play drive, and the result a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. But he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
We hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. The tight end Buck takes in the short throw. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On second down, it's Johnson. But I think the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. From the 45 on second down, Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 25 yards that time. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it. That's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular route. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, but this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Running is Clement. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Wins. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Wentz leaves with Clement on the draw. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Clement. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe it was covered by an eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
Now, plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. To throw is Wentz. And it's caught. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had to feel the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit, thanking him for that much space to rumble.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. From the 50, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Derek Barnett, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively, pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. That's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 35.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down now. It's Howell. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Watson now still just the one incompletion. 16 of 17. It's first down. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Watson. It's complete. Stills. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Watson and the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. To throw is Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. That is blocked at the 7-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Up for the touchdown. Here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious from both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Wentz now on first down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. This is caught. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun, back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Elliott good with a PAT, and we've got a tie game here, a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
Well, you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to the air, Watson on second down. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on him a little bit, I think. So they're looking at him.
Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as they have taken the lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Let's go! The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking field goal. After reviewing the play, the run on the field is reversed. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wentz going to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the outside
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. That's complete to Jake Butt. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, it's Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Watson looks to throw again. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On the ground, this is Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And now out comes Houston. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's hit carry for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be steering at a 3rd and long here.
Come get some. Come on, come get some.
3rd and long. It's Watson. Complete out right to Jake Butt. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way, creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Here we go. Lady.
On first down, Clement. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to explore right there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. It would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Wentz now to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go!
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Give them 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
The 29-yard line.
This is Stills on the jet sweep, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's really easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Okay, let's go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson, that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. He stepped right up like a pro.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles getting set to take over. A solid first half for him, and so far a good start to the second half.
I'm going to try not to go overboard with praise here, but I can't help it. He is playing so well. Really accurate with the ball, finding guys open downfield, and finding the end zone 3 times. That'll help offset the 1 interception.
Absolutely. Just that 1 pick with the 3 touchdowns so far. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Wentz now on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Clement. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 35 on 2nd down. Wentz. That's complete. It's Corey Clement. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Going for it all. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey, 27 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Watson, he gets it to Cooks. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there at a first down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He's got his man in the crossing route. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. That's caught out wide by Stills. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes them play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's it.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Akins there to make the grab as his guys have now moved out in front. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. If you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. They worked out for 6. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Now left side, a completion was tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to run the draw here with Clement. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And an alley to run. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Ezekiel Ansah able to run him down for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll try and run here with Clement. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Just a yard, but that's all they needed, and by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And it's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the pick six, and they've got decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Wentz defers to Clement, and a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield is success on first down. A huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Wentz connected with his tight end Goddard, and he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with it.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Ziggy Ansah showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack here, 2nd and 14. Now Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 17-yard line. Now Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Bernardrick McKinney in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are back within a single score. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
Pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Elliott good with a PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40 and finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 2nd and 7, Watson, and Cooks has it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Open man, and that's his tight end Jake Butt. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans push further out in front. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, they love these catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Clement. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to open up now. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing his Wentz toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Quick slot caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Elliott good on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. Now a hit and a loose football. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On first down, Wentz escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Eagles.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, and we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting him.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. They have the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them a touchdown their last go-around, obviously they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Watson on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. That's complete to Jake Butt. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 36.
They picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, they should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run on first down. Powell, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston, now this one. On second down, Johnson.
So many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Brandon Graham coming in to drop it for